Those early days, though his friends called him Cheb or Chairman, he had these very good friends, Lumatete Muchai and Peterson Semenye, who kept him company in the early years. I used to call him honey, I would call him darling. That is when we had got married. So when Rachel came along, of course the name changed. We became Baba Rachel and Baba Rachel. So the honeys and the darlings disappeared. That's why I decided to have my flower here with honey on it. At least now that the children are grown, I can still call him honey, but honey, I have to call you honey because I'm saying bye to you. His favorite verse was read out here, and his favorite verse was Mark 8:36. And he loved saying that, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" That is a verse he loved. There's one thing Chairman said to us: ignore those people, just ignore them. They've killed him so many times. In fact, every time I get so many calls coming in, I know social media has killed my husband. So I just go cutting off and saying, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. And everybody says, oh, thank God, we were actually inquiring, what is this we have read? So social media has really not been fair to us. Now that he has rested, I hope they will give us some peace. It has been so difficult. Initially, I didn't have it as rough because I used to trade under the name Mrs. Wanyonyi because I found him as Wanyonyi and Company Advocates. But social media thought I was hiding the name Chebukati. Even, Mr. President, when I went for vetting, an MP walked in and said, during vetting, "Why are you not using your husband's name? Why are you hiding your name?" I said, "I'm not hiding my name. The man is called Wanyonyi Wafula Chebukati. So I am Mrs. Wanyonyi." So he was very surprised that I have, in fact, the chair of the committee made a joke and said, "This lady is having two names of her husband. How many of you here even, the wives even carry one name?" I can see some of you smiling, Senator King. So I must say, he has protected us. He told us, wachana na social media, when you see any bad report, just look at it that this person is making money. Ignore. Wachana naye. Yeye anatengeneza pesa. Na anatengeneza pesa kukutumia. So if they want to continue making money, let them talk about the good things that I have had. The tributes that have come out. If there's anybody who knows Chairman, it is IEBC. They had a big ceremony. They requested for 3 hours. We gave them 3 hours. They did a beautiful candle ceremony for him. And they will, I don't know if they'll have a chance to talk, but those are the people who know the chairman. If you say chairman is stone-faced, you don't know the chairman. Chairman talks more than I do. I'm said to be chatty, but he chats more than I do, and his friends will tell you. And I think they have alluded to that.
I never thought there was anything you couldn't do. If you wanted to, Daddy, well, except avoid death. We built a lifetime of happy memories, ones I will cherish forever, and which time can never erase. If I were to pen them all down, I will need more than a book. Your number one sport was golf. When I was 10 years old, I accompanied you to the golf course. I quickly took the golf and you said I was a natural. It became part of me. Your passion became mine. I had learned from the best. In 2007, when I got my handicap, which then allowed me to play professional golf around the world, you were so proud of me. You trained me, Dad, so that I could become the best in this sport. On the golf course, we connected as one being. You were my partner, you were a fighter, you were a team player. Family golf time was your idea. Those moments when we competed as a team of two against each other will forever warm my heart. We had so much fun and we enjoyed the rewards that came with winning most of the competitions. Golf will certainly never be the same without you. Your life is hard to emulate, but I will do my best to live life of integrity like you did. I am confident that you are in heaven and are watching over us. I won't see you again on earth, but happily we'll meet again in heaven. I echo the words of J.M. Richards, which I quote, "No one wants to go through life alone, fighting battles single-handedly their whole life, not even the hardest of the heroes." I love you, Daddy. Rest in peace till we meet again.
These are my father's words spoken to me on the last full day we spent together. I just come back from Bilbao in Spain, where I was attending a conference. And I came back with a hat, an authentic Spanish hat that they wear during bullfighting competitions there. So when I gave him the hat, I put it on his head, and he immediately said to me, "I feel like a bullfighter already." And then he went on to say, "Nobody can mess with me when I'm in my bullfighting hat." That was the Chebukati you knew, and that was the Chebukati the world knew. A man you couldn't mess with. But through my eyes and through the eyes of the family members seated here, you will see him as simply the best father, husband, brother that you could ever have. It is said that if you think Chebukati is tough and doesn't smile, then you don't know Chebukati. In my formative years, my father instilled in me a sense of responsibilities. While growing up in Nyali together, in Mombasa, he entrusted me with the responsibility of managing staff salaries and other procurement matters. Each month, I would prepare a budget, present it to him for approval, collect the funds, disburse the funds, and ensure that everybody appended their signature to confirm receipt of the funds. To him, it wasn't just about the arithmetic. It was about the understanding of the value of labor and the dignity of fairness. These skills would later prove invaluable in my career. And this was my dad, the nurturer. On to high school, and it was just the two of us in Mombasa in a large 6-bedroom mansion. The rest of the family had since moved to Nairobi, but my dad had stayed behind to allow me to complete my studies. It was a special chapter in our lives, and we settled into a routine. Takeout became our staple. Monday tulikuwa tunakula mabakio ya Sunday. Tuesday tunakula terrific Tuesday pizza, the one that comes on offer. Wednesday there was tikka at the golf club. We would go and do takeout there. Eventually we realized that this is unsustainable, and we decided to teach ourselves how to cook. He would occasionally bring back mudfish from South Coast, where he had a client, and I would experiment to try and make this fish taste nice. For those who know mudfish, perhaps Speaker, you might know, it is quite frankly the most horrible fish you can ever eat in this world. But together, we made a meal out of it, and he would cook ugali and I would cook the fish. But the point was never the meals. The point was the conversations that we shared over dinner every night. This was his way of guiding me. It was never forceful, but gentle, trusting, and with room for me to grow into my own choices. And this was my dad, the companion. Driving was another bond we shared. It started in Mombasa, where I often chauffeured him to his meetings. And over time, I became the designated family driver, much to the displeasure of my two older siblings seated here. Together, we traveled thousands of kilometers, Mombasa to Nairobi, Kitale, Njoro, and the Great Rift Valley. He was always in the passenger seat, guiding me with his steady voice. Of course, the road trips weren't without their hiccups. Whenever I hit a pothole too hard or took a turn too fast, my mother would grumble from the back seat, but he would always defend me and say, "Leave him alone. If I was driving, it would be much, much worse." And that was my dad, the unwavering supporter. Indeed, no one could mess with him, not in life and not in his final moments. Rest well, Dad. I will carry your lessons with me forever and keep your bullfighting hat safe, a symbol of the wisdom you wore so effortlessly, the strength you carried with quiet dignity, and the path that you charted for me to follow.
He would say, "There is nothing you cannot do if you set your mind to it." You encouraged me to aim for the sky and to always believe in myself. You expected excellence, and rightfully so, because you worked hard to ensure you sent us to the best schools and exposed us to as many opportunities and experiences as possible. I've been told sometimes when I walk into a room, when I started working, that for a young girl you have a lot of confidence, a lot of confidence. Where do you get that from? That confidence came from my father. He always said, what he does is for his legacy. And it's not just his legacy, it's our name as well. The people whom carry his name, the people who carry his name will live with that. So he was not going to do anything that would endanger our lives. So he stood by the truth, and I'm extremely proud of him for that. I recall telling him, after all that if I could just be half of who you are, I think I'll be great. I'll be a successful person. I'll be amazing. And he stopped me and he said, "Rachel, you're not going to be half of me. You're going to excel. You're going to be way better than me. You're going to do more than I've ever done. Because that's what I want you to do." My dad believed in improving people, improving us, giving us the best of the lives. Even though he was a young man, grew up in Bungoma, he always gave us the best, always bought us the best of things. I will miss having you to speak with. I will miss your presence and your hugs. I will miss your witty sense of humor. I will miss discussing the law, politics, and international affairs with you. I will miss playing golf with you, Daddy. I will miss our weekly Sunday golf days, which are my favorite childhood memories. You'll always be my favorite golf partner because we always took the risky shot, and we would often succeed because it all starts with being confident and believing in self. And when we missed the shot, we remained confident in our ability to make a remarkable recovery. Giving up was never an option, never. It did not matter how badly we were, whether we were 5 down. We always had confidence we were going to win the match play. I am eternally grateful that God blessed me with you as my father. I promise to continue to espouse the values instilled in me and to pass them over to my future children. You've been the epitome of love for family, love for the law, and love for country. You have lived your life with purpose, with determination, with courage, and with diligence. Your pursuit of justice is unmatched. You have broken records, defied odds, and were never afraid to stand in your truth, even if it meant being an outlier.